Focus on yourself for a life-changing experience. If you're tired of the same routine, feeling like you're constantly running in circles without making real progress, then you're in the right place. What if the answer to everything you're looking for, better opportunities, real fulfillment, and true personal power, is already within you? Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why focusing on yourself is the key to unlocking a future you've only dreamed of. You'll learn practical steps to start changing your life today by making powerful yet simple mindset shifts. Imagine waking up with a deep sense of purpose. Imagine each decision you make, each action you take, fully aligned with your goals and dreams. Imagine having a life that's in your control, free of doubt, and filled with excitement about the future. That kind of transformation is possible, and it starts with a single step: turning your attention inward. When people think about focusing on themselves, they often think it's selfish. But true self-focus isn't about ignoring others or closing yourself off from the world. It's about learning to nurture your own growth so you can give more to the world. It's about finally taking charge of your path, saying no to distractions, and building a future that's entirely on your terms. So why focus on yourself? First, it brings clarity. Many people live their lives on autopilot, simply going through the motions, fulfilling routines and obligations without asking why. But when you start focusing on yourself, you shift from being reactive to being proactive. Think about it. Every single person who has made a major impact in their life or the lives of others has first gained clarity. When you know what you want, why you want it, and the steps needed to achieve it, you're no longer just going through the motions. Instead, each action becomes a choice, and each choice aligns with a purpose. Clarity, though, is not something that just appears out of nowhere. It requires dedication, self-reflection, and time spent away from distractions. You have to make space for yourself to explore your own thoughts, to ask the tough questions. What truly matters to me? What am I willing to work for? What do I want my legacy to be? Taking time to understand these things is the foundation of a fulfilling life. And when you're clear about what drives you, it becomes easier to handle challenges because you see them as part of the journey, not as obstacles. The next step is self-discipline. This may be one of the most important tools for achieving any level of success. Once you know what you want, the only way to get there is through consistent, intentional action. Discipline is what keeps you on track, moving forward even when you face setbacks. Without it, you're at the mercy of fleeting motivation, and that alone isn't enough. Focus on yourself by building small habits that align with your vision. Maybe it's dedicating time to exercise. Maybe it's learning something new every day. Or maybe it's working on a skill that will benefit you in the long run. Building self-discipline is like training a muscle. It's all about making small promises to yourself and then following through on them, no matter how you feel in the moment. At first, it might feel hard, but over time, you strengthen this muscle. And here's a powerful truth. The more disciplined you become, the freer you feel. You're no longer at the mercy of every distraction or every craving. You start to control your actions and, by extension, the outcomes in your life. When you have discipline, you're able to do the hard things even when you don't feel like it. And those hard things are what lead to transformation. A critical part of focusing on yourself is learning to embrace solitude. Many people feel uncomfortable being alone with their thoughts, and as a result, they fill every moment with noise and distractions. But solitude is essential for real growth. It's the time when you get to listen to your own thoughts, understand your true feelings, and build a strong relationship with yourself. In solitude, you're not seeking validation, approval, or guidance from others. You're finding it within. This is where you learn to trust yourself and your instincts, rather than constantly looking outward. In today's world, We're surrounded by constant information from social media, news, and other people's opinions. These voices can easily drown out our own, leaving us unsure of who we are and what we want. But by spending time alone, you create a mental space to reconnect with what matters to you, not what others expect of you. When you embrace solitude, you gain clarity, confidence, and a deeper understanding of yourself. As you begin focusing on yourself, it's also essential to evaluate the people around you. The energy of the people you spend time with is contagious, and it can either empower or drain you. When you focus on yourself, you'll start noticing that some people don't align with your goals and values. They might distract you, discourage you, or even subtly hold you back. This is why setting boundaries is a vital part of the process. Creating boundaries doesn't mean cutting people off completely. It's about making intentional choices about who you spend your time and energy on. Focusing on yourself means learning to say no without feeling guilty. By doing this, you make room for people who uplift you, who encourage you to be your best self, and who genuinely support your journey. Sometimes, focusing on yourself means having to let go of relationships that drain you. It's not about being selfish. It's about choosing what supports your growth. An interesting effect of focusing on yourself is that you'll start attracting the right opportunities. When you have a clear vision, strong self-discipline, and boundaries that protect your energy, people notice. They're drawn to your confidence, your authenticity, and your focus. Instead of chasing after things, you start to attract them naturally. And the opportunities that come to you align with who you truly are, not who you're trying to be. This is where real fulfillment lies, in living a life that feels true to you, where every success feels genuine because it aligns with your purpose. Time and energy are two of the most valuable resources you have, and focusing on yourself means learning to manage them wisely. So many people waste time on things that don't serve them, whether it's constantly checking their phone, scrolling through social media, or saying yes to things out of obligation. But when you focus on yourself, you realize how precious these resources are. You start saying no to things that don't serve your goals. You make space in your day for what truly matters, and you direct your energy where it counts. One of the best ways to protect your time is by creating a powerful morning routine. The way you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. A morning filled with purpose, clarity, and intention leads to a productive day. Avoid jumping straight into emails or social media, because that pulls you into a reactive state. Instead, use the beginning of your day to do something that fuels your growth, whether that's reading, journaling, meditating, or exercising. A consistent morning routine can have a profound impact on your mindset and productivity. Life is filled with inevitable setbacks, and focusing on yourself doesn't mean that everything will go perfectly. In fact, setbacks are a part of growth. But when you're focused on yourself, you build resilience. You understand that every obstacle is an opportunity for growth. You learn to see failures as learning experiences, as chances to improve and come back stronger. Each challenge you face becomes a stepping stone, something that strengthens you instead of something that defeats you. One of the most powerful aspects of focusing on yourself is the development of emotional resilience. When you're focused on yourself, you understand that while you can't control everything that happens around you, you can control your reaction to it. Emotional resilience means staying grounded, even when life throws challenges your way. It's about choosing your response instead of reacting impulsively, and this inner control gives you incredible strength. As we come to the end of this journey, remember, focusing on yourself is not a selfish act. It's essential if you want to create a life that feels meaningful and aligned. It's about taking responsibility for your path, your happiness, and your fulfillment. When you invest in yourself, you're not only creating a better life for yourself, but also for those around you. Because the more aligned and fulfilled you are, the more positive impact you can have on others. Remember, the journey to focusing on yourself is ongoing. There will be days when it's easy and days when it feels challenging. But each day you make the choice to prioritize your growth, to protect your energy, and to live intentionally, you move closer to the life you want. So start today. Embrace clarity, build discipline, learn to enjoy solitude, set healthy boundaries, and value your time and energy. Focus on yourself and watch as your life begins to transform in ways you never imagined.